Evening, everyone.
We're back again.
Hi, everyone.
This is like musical chairs because last week I was left and now Max is left. I'm right and Nathan is in his rightful place at the bottom.
In the centre.
Exactly where I was last time.
Welcome, everyone. Loads of mic issues, which is typical of amateurs like ourselves. My £200 mic is broken. It turns out it wasn't even on last week, so I've got to have a scrap with the supplier now tomorrow because it's out of warranty as well. Max, how about you?
What was that? Sorry, Nathan coughed.
God,
Don't cough again. It's the
John Loach. Hi, John. Sedgley Road Aquarium. Hi, Sedgley Road Aquarium. I looked at your socials and your fish labelling is superb. Well done, you. Well done, you. Yeah. Evening. Good evening.
Evening. We've got John. Look, we've got 9 people. That's 3 viewers each.
That'll do.
3.
Oh, you brown noser.
Remember,
hang on. Agri. That's it's Alan.
Ashby.
Yeah, must be.
Hey, result.
Hi, Alan. If you are Alan, indeed.
Right, Alan, you are a bit of a legend, actually. Very kind, says Sedgley Road.
Very kind. Cheers, mate.
So now we're all kind of international YouTube stars. How's your week been? Just fighting off like fans and.
Honestly, it's been absolutely insane for me.
Yeah.
I've actually hired a couple of bodyguards.
Yeah. I can see one behind you.
Yeah, he's helping me out.
Ocean Sea Products.
I've been signing so many autographs. We've got MB Mud Skipper. We've got an actual.
Hurry up and talk about biotopes, please. Don't you worry. We're on. We've got
a lot of that in store.
Did anyone get that sheet that I uploaded on the criteria?
Yes. Then I lost it.
Yeah,
Same.
I've lost it as well. We'll just do it from memory. I vaguely get it. I vaguely.
We've got Doc Green's back in the house.
Evening, Doc.
With some sort of Blenny as his picture. We've got Ethan Wright. Hi, Ethan. Hope you're okay. We've got 12 viewers. Just remember, at 100 viewers, Nathan's going to strip naked.
100?
That's gone up.
Yeah.
I was going to do it at 5.
I'm being optimistic.
We actually don't want you to strip off. That's the point.
So yeah, so at 100 live viewers, Nathan will strip off naked. Speaking of small worms, we should do a live food episode at some point.
Nope. We should.
Oh no.
Can anyone see my my intro person thing? Can you just remove those banners a minute so it shows our names?
Yes, of course I can. There we go.
Jezza, blackworm breeding pioneer. Max, what do you think about that?
I think I'm very angry. I feel cross.
Yeah, go on.
I feel
only you could breed blackworms, Max. Max, if only you could breed them. Somebody very wise once told me they were easy. What do you have to say about
that? Get them right, and yeah. But I'm not gonna divulge all my secrets on that because it puts food on the table.
Oh look, he's getting funny about it.
We're gonna have a fight, you and I.
He's
funny. Well twitchy.
Yeah,
Hi Miranda. Hi Miranda. Moving on quickly. Hi Miranda. With a picture of some sort of dragonfly thing.
Yeah, you and Doc Green are our kind of super fans, I guess.
Yeah.
Honestly, episodes in a row.
They were both stood outside my house the other day.
Yeah.
Screaming. I couldn't even work out what they were saying. It was just noise.
Should we do streaks like those really addictive kids games that are trying to ban? Let's do a streak so that like you've got to come on every week forever.
Yes,
continue your streak.
Nathan has a very different understanding of what streaks are.
Well, no, we didn't get that at all. But yeah, kids get bombarded with this thing on computer games. Well, hang on. You play Nathan. Kids' computer games, Nate, so you'll know.
No. Wait, hang on. I was going to say something very libelous there. Right. Anyway, thanks for asking how my week's been. Yeah, so we won't worry about that. I'm just the third wheel now, am I?
Hi, Katie. As well. Come on, Nathan. How's your week been?
Yeah, start including me. Or I'm going to start swearing. Well, look, that's how my week's going so far. You see that?
That is working in fish shops for you. I'm going to show you another one in a minute. In fact,
Nathan's wife's a Smurf.
Let me show you the other thing. I don't know if you can see. Can you see that? It's not what you think it is, Jez. Have you ever tried mixing GH and KH powder in the same bottle at the same time?
No.
It explodes. it literally explodes. It took the lid clean off the cup I was using. There was, on the tanks behind me, there was a person-shaped gap where there wasn't KHGH mix, and I literally, I'm not kidding. This stuff went like 5-6 meters down the shop. It exploded all over me. My face was just streaked from this side across. So that was fun.
That's brilliant.
Good stuff.
That's absolutely brilliant.
Max, I'm going to need you to mix some GH and KH powder live on the next issue.
I think
Look
we
at that.
absolutely should do that.
Right, look at my trainer. Right, that's what the saltwater industry does to you. It destroys things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially your mind.
Good question. Have you stopped wearing watches yet? Do you still wear a watch?
Yeah.
Okay, because mine are ruined. So I get watches with leather straps, and like within 3 weeks, they just smell of piss. They're just horrendous.
Yeah.
They're really bad.
Reef and teeth, evening. Precipitation.
Good afternoon, Jamie.
That's all right. That's all right. We don't
Nathan,
know it all late.
Nathan, I've actually got an image to show you. Do you remember the first time we met?
Not again. Oh, that was hideous. Yeah. Oh,
do you know what?
Under the bridge.
Yeah. When
I
actually found an image of the day we first met, and just as a bit of a disclaimer, this was 2 weeks before my arm reduction surgery.
I thought you were going to say your 15th birthday then. I thought...
That's him. That's the one. God, you were ridiculous.
That's a very smug face of someone
can you
behind you.
Can you remember what was happening there, Nathan?
As if I can.
No,
I haven't got a clue. No.
When you came around to look at my epistogrammer at the time, and we observed epistogrammer together. We looked into each other's eyes longingly. And
you had Wallace Acromis, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah. I stole 3 of them, but you didn't notice.
Oh, that's where they went. Yes, that is indeed Mr. Baker. Did you keister them out, perchance?
What?
Did you keister? Have you never heard that word? You can Google that word.
What the hell are you talking about, you northern swine?
You never heard the word keister?
Keister. Oh, that's that weird backwards. Keys to what?
I've heard it on a western.
Keister. It's like
Max and Jeremy are very quiet compared to Nath. Yeah.
Yeah, we
we
knew about it.
We got sound problems. I've got no mic. Look, it's not even plugged in. Nathan, turn your phone down or whatever it is. Try that.
Don't be as loud.
Nathan, turn your volume down.
I haven't got any fucking control. I haven't got the controls. I can turn down the audio, but I can't turn down
just whisper.
The volume.
Just whisper.
Yeah.
Just leave the room.
That's brilliant. Whisper for the whole episode.
Right, should we? Cat's tail is like some kind of muffler.
It is.
You can like wrap it around your mic, and then
you should be a. Bean, I'm going to try and talk through you. Does that work? Is that any better? Oh, right, Bean, you're stuck.
Far better.
Right, bugger off. Go away.
Right, should we get into some stuff then instead of just rambling about? So we're returning with fish news again, but Nathan has produced an absolute masterpiece this week. So should we just jump straight into fish news and show the people what they want to see?
Yes.
Right.
Please.
Okay. Well,
here
we go. I hope you all enjoy it. This is going to blow your minds, and yes, will be available on Apple Music and Spotify.
The newly discovered 12mm long fish makes a noise as loud as a pneumatic drill.
Marine researchers were out looking for sharks the other day off the Canary Islands.
A massive halibut fish weighing over 200 kilograms. Why are you called fish?
You teach him to fish. You give him no.
Yes.
Wow. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, it took me longer to find the samples than it did to actually make that.
It's just perfect. Absolutely perfect. So we've got that out of the way. Who wants to start then on news this week? Would you like me to start with my first little nugget of information?
Go on, because I've got news on news this week.
Ooh. So first piece of news: Wildwoods is closing.
Oh no! Okay.
I never even got a chance to visit.
What,
You've
you
never been
went
there?
to Wildwoods?
Never got a chance to visit.
Max, you're going to be telling me you didn't start fish keeping until you were 16 next, which is incomprehensible. What the hell were you doing? What were you doing?
You've never been.
Never been to
That's-
Wildwoods.
That's bad.
You've still got time. Okay, Nath, do you want to talk about Wildwoods, or do you want me to?
Well, I loved Wildwoods. I loved Wildwoods so much. It was a World of Water, wasn't it? So I don't know if
Not originally.
no, not originally, but it was taken over by Wildwoods. I don't know if it's something to do with severance and rights to do with one of the directors opting out of World of Water. I honestly don't know what's going on there, so it's all a bit hazy.
So my guess, and we can say this because we're not sponsored and we don't care, and we're just very vague about stuff like this. So one of the phenomena, we've all worked in aquatic shops in garden centres, and I've read about this before. What tends to happen is that many decades ago, these were out of town sites, and they were very large. And in the 90s, water gardening was huge, and aquatic shops got to be as big as garden centres. Then they went really quiet. We've had 25, 30 years of quietness. Meanwhile, the towns and cities have spread. The out of town land isn't out of town anymore. And guess what? It's now really, really valuable to the owner of the struggling aquatic shop. So that is my completely uneducated, probably wrong guess, is that I reckon they're going to sell the land.
Yeah. Well, Waterlife did the same. So Waterlife were just based off of Heathrow. They've done the same. They're going to get far more money for the land than they ever could from that business. Timperley Aquatics, Timperley Aquatics is gone. Yeah. Again, same thing, being turned into residential properties. So I think there's another key thing I think we're possibly overlooking there as well. These places were built when electricity was cheap. Yeah. So do you remember the craze was to get the biggest and the best, most expensive to run aquatic store? They were huge. They were Goliaths, and they had these big tall ass. Not so much with World of Water, with Wildwoods. They used to have these big ass tall ceilings that just evaporated all your heat up into space. They had tons of lighting everywhere. Yeah. So they were just hemorrhaging. When the price crunch came, electricity went through the roof. All of a sudden, they're like, we're not running everything on air pumps. Now we're getting absolutely hammered. So that could be a part of it. But yeah, so just got profit really.
That's the kind of speculation part over with. We might be completely wrong. They might just have gone, I've had enough. Because we all have enough of serving people. So maybe that has something to do with it, because I certainly had enough today. There you go.
Hard strain.
Today was like the bleep test. My weekends are like the bleep test. I spend all week gearing up to run faster and faster and faster. And I had enough today. But I'm home now, so I've got 2 days to recover.
Good.
But that said, do you have dream customers that come in? Because I've got a handful of customers who, then they come in. It's like, please come in Sunday afternoon when I've just dealt with chaff for the day, and then you come in and you're like a beacon. You kind of shine in like an angel raining in on me. And I'm like, you're all the relief I need. Yeah, I had 2 of those today, and it was so good.
What's next? We've got last Sunday, Maidenhead Aquatics at Woburn Sands closed down, so that was another shop closing. Once again, probably a similar situation. I imagine it would have been garden centre politics rather than anything else. But on the other hand, Maidenhead Aquatics are opening up a new shop in Southend. So it's not all doom and gloom.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got a kind of connection with Woburn Sands. The partner that I used to work for in Northampton also had Woburn Sands, so I know that store quite well. It's well, you said it, garden centre politics. I'm sure these things, and it's out of everyone's control, isn't it? Basically,
it is. Yeah. It's a shame, but it is what it is, I suppose. Jeremy, we've got a new cichlid that's been described. Yeah. Would you like to tell us about that cichlid? Let me pull up an image, and you can talk to us about this gentleman here.
Yeah, let me just get its name. 2 seconds. It is.
Pretty useless.
Do you know what? It's because I've got no microphone. I've been going on and on about my microphone thing. Right.
Would you like me to...
Wait.
You're the worst news presenter.
No.
Well, I've not seen this fish.
You've not seen this fish?
Okay.
I don't know what this fish is, so you're enlightening me. Sell it to me. I'm the customer. Sell me this fish.
Okay.
How many would you like?
A new Malawi cichlid has been described.
Oh, sure.
This new species here is called Petrotilapia chytrinos, and it was described by authors Sabo, Konings,
the very man.
Oh, I've got a little bit of fanboy there.
and
We should
Stouffer.
get him on. We should definitely get him on.
So previously it was called species Petrotilapia species Mumbo, I think.
Mumbo yellow, very
Mumbo yellow.
closely related to species Mumbo jumbo.
Exactly. Mumbo jumbo, the bigger one. So why is this interesting? This is interesting because I like Malawi cichlids. There's about 800 species, and it's really good that these are still being. Yeah, it's a lot in a lake, isn't it? It's a lot in one lake, and they're still being described, and that's brilliant.
Jeremy, you know there's only about 6 or 7 genera of Mbuna. Are you aware of this? That's something I only learned this week. When you think about it, you'd think there was way more, but there isn't.
Yeah, that's because
there's not many genera at all.
That's because you only started fish keeping at 16, Max.
Listen, you could have started fish keeping.
Nothing.
Nathan, you could have started fish keeping at 48, and you'd have still been doing it for 70 years by now.
I've dreamt of cichlid longer than you lived.
Okay, so this is a newly described Mbuna. However, there is now a caveat because ichthyological heavyweight Michael K. Oliver, who has literally been doing Malawi cichlids longer than I've been alive, literally, if you go on his Facebook, he's got pictures of him in Malawi in like the 70s, right? Anyway, so he is a heavyweight. He's the one who created the genus Iodotropheus. He described Plastochromis malomo. He's the real deal, right? And he has said, and I quote, "With so many undescribed cichlid species in Lake Malawi, it's always good to get further ones properly described and named. But don't add Petrotilapia chytrinos to the species list just yet." Right? Unfortunately, the authors of this recent paper overlooked a vital step in making their name validly published. Authors Sabo, Konings, and Stouffer chose to publish their species description in an all-digital journal, one that has no permanent printed copies available in libraries. This is allowed under the current International Code of Zoological Nomenclature, but only if specific conditions are met. One is in the code article. This requires authors to record essential information about works, names, and nomenclatural acts. Further, by Article 8.5.3, their publication must contain evidence in the work itself that such registration has occurred. This, alas, they failed to do. So by not publishing it in the right places, that fish there is not valid, says ichthyological heavyweight Michael K. Oliver of Yale.
Oh, that's going to be a fight.
So we got news on news there. Yeah.
So, wow, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So, do we think it's going to be formalised shortly, or what are we thinking, Jeremy? What's your prediction?
I would do whatever needs to be done, and the easiest route would be to get it printed in a print journal, and it should be job done. Because he didn't say it was wrong, he just said they haven't. This is the epitome of taxonomy. This is the do it right. This is what it's all about, isn't it? If you're going to name something, you have to back up why you're doing it, and you have to do it in the right way, all the way back to Linnaeus. So they haven't done it in the right way.
But didn't Axelrod scientifically describe fish in TFH? Wasn't that a thing? Wasn't he pushing names through? Yeah, but it's not a journal, is it? Is it a journal? Is it recognised? I don't know.
Heiko had his own journal.
Aqua Geographica.
That was questioned.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, he had the other. No. Yeah, that was his side mag. His journal was
not Biota. What was it called?
No, was it not Biota?
No.
So those are the guys that breed gobies and stuff.
Let's ask the panel.
Ask the public.
Is it Copia? No.
No.
That's a good one. No.
Yeah, that's a different one.
People of
bear with
YouTube,
me.
help us out. We're not very clever.
Hold up, I'm googling.
Oh, hurry up.
Oh, for
Well done.
What?
Well done.
have we got it?
No,
No.
Nathan held a swear word.
Yeah, no, I kept that back. What was it called?
Done really
What
well
is-
there.
What is?
Aqua. It was simply called Aqua.
Oh,
Aqua, International Journal of Ichthyology. Aqua, yeah.
Right.
add
okay.
a H on the end, and you can cram as many data points in as you want.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
so that's ichthyology for you. You've got to dot the I's and cross the T's.
No, Bob, I think it was good housekeeping.
Women's Weekly, yeah.
In case anybody was asking. So I think
Possibly.
that's all the news that we've got this week. Unless
oh no, it's
either of
not.
you-
No.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I've got a
Really
weekly
exciting.
Dave Holtz roundup for you.
Go on.
So if you want the weekly Dave Holtz news, I've been going through the tabloids, looking at all the Dave Holtz relevant headlines for this week. We've got Raging Holtz still terrorising Nottingham, no arrest yet, and that's in the
We've not got him yet.
Independent. No, not yet. He's still at large. The public are advised not to go near him. Dave Holtz still refusing to leave Catfish Breeding Cave, writes the Mirror. He's been in there for 3 weeks now, so we'll keep you updated as we hear less. 3 weeks. Well,
Nathan.
yeah, he's been getting attacked by Coolie Loach, and he refuses to come out of the cage.
Nathan, just out of
we've got-
interest, Nathan, is that a cave like this, or is it a circular one, or is it a square
It's a
one?
tubular. It's a clay one.
Okay.
He's been
Yeah,
in it.
yeah,
The
yeah, it's the
photographers have been there.
Yeah,
We've got
yeah.
2 pieces. 2 papers have been writing on the same feature, and this is the Czech Republic's refusal to export any more Dave Holtzes to the UK.
Oh, no.
Daily Mail. Yep, Daily Mail has run with no Holtz, please, we're British. The Sun has gone with a bit of wordplay. Checkmate England, but Czech, of course, CZECH
Oh,
in there still.
very good,
And
very
lastly, an interesting piece. It's not a tabloid, but an interesting piece in the science journal Nature. Few taxonomists there have gotten together, and they're writing that the Hoplosoma CW217 that we saw last week, it's just a regional variant of Dave Holtz. So that's this week's Dave Holtz news, and we will have to bring you more of that in the future.
Yes, yeah, I think we'll be bringing back Hulse Hour for sure.
Yes.
Oh. Right, let's have a look through these comments. What comments are we going to comment on?
This one, well, this image is still up. Ethan Wright, 5461, and the whole Malawi cichlid radiation comes from one common ancestor, and the ancestor still exists. Mate, Lake
Well, yeah.
Malawi,
Yes,
Lake
Dave
Malawi
Holtz.
is fascinating, right? Right, let's talk about this for a minute. Right, actually, I thought about this today because I was dealing with some Malawi cichlids. What the hell has happened to Malawi cichlids in the shops, right? I'm not talking about like popularity. Everything now is a calico peacock, and they all come in, not dyed, but what you call it?
Enhanced with the colour feeding.
Yeah. How do the suppliers list it, Max? It's
Colour feeding. They call it colour feeding. It's hormone feeding, is it?
hormone. Yeah.
Hormone feeding.
And so they all come in as like the best adult male Malawi haps and peacocks
Yeah.
you've ever seen in your life, and you're like,
Mind blowing when
wow.
they come in.
Yeah. And then 3 weeks later, they're brown with brown spots, and some of them were actually females, and they're all absolute rubbish, and you can't get rid of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's happened?
Yeah. You could pitch that. You could pitch that to cichlids more widely as well. There's a lot of small, rubbish, weak. They're just weak cichlids now. Firemouths are crap nowadays. They used to be so butch.
Blue Acaras, they're terrible.
Awful.
Absolutely
Awful.
terrible. Yeah. I mean, Oscars are really weak and white spot prone. Albino Oscars are incredibly weak, I find. So yeah.
Jack Dempsey's as well. Can't see any big Jack Dempsey's. They're all like they seem to top out like 4.5 inches, and then they plateau.
Is it because cichlids produce quite large batches of fry, and it's fairly easy to raise them all regardless of the quality? Do you think that's a contributing factor?
and decades of inbreeding, and like we
sure.
discussed about other fish, antibiotics, massive overuse of antibiotics in Southeast Asian fish farms, I would guess, because they're all absolute rubbish.
Yeah, well, further to that as well, when we're farming fish, we're denying female sexual selection of males. So wild fish, they select for the biggest, the best, the strongest.
Yeah.
Now they're just thrown in with whatever. They're just thrown in with chaff.
Yeah. It's just I want a pair. Well, get a pair. And
And they're breeding for colour and markings rather than aggression, size.
There we go. Doc Green has just said that. No, who was it? There we go. Black Country Aquarist has said they need to offer the brightest colours now. Yeah. So maybe if they're trying to produce a fish that shows colour at a smaller size, it's probably maturing at a smaller size, and it's never going to get quite as big because that sells quicker. And that sort of, I guess, that comes back on the retailer as well, because we're so desperate to get stuff out without really showing the purchaser how the fish is going to look. They just want to buy a colourful fish while it's small, rather than.
Yeah, and it falls back to what I said last week. It's the impatience of the end user, because if they don't want to buy small fish and grow them on anymore, they want instant gratification. It's got to be punchy, colourful now.
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, and also they're trying to create like albino everything, and so an albino is an inherently weak gene, and yet they're like, oh, there's one in 1,000. Oh, there's another in 2,000. Let's cross them, and the weakness just goes on. You know?
And what is this about? Everybody wants albino everything, and I simply don't get it. It's and this is the one that, quite frankly, grinds my gears. Acarictes heckelii is one of the most magnificent looking fish in its own right. An adult male Acarictes it's got every colour of the rainbow. Right? It's a stunning fish, and somebody's gone, I know exactly what will make this brilliant fish better is if we make it colourless. Why? Why?
Well, I've seen short-bodied versions as well.
Oh yeah, that doesn't even surprise me. So you're basically making the Acarictes shuffle version and taking all the colour out of it. But the albino thing, I simply don't understand it, because we want colour. We don't want everything to just be colourless.
Well,
it makes no sense.
Worse still, Max, they don't even call them albino anymore. Every single one of my customers calls them albino.
Albino Acarictes heckelii.
They did it with
Max. They don't even get as far as the scientific name. They're going to call it the red head, black spot, white orange, longfin cichlid.
Yeah, it's they'll probably still put rainbow in the name, even though there's no colour in it anymore.
I like the way they did it with Corridordine as well. So you had like albino sturba, and you're like, you've taken all the markings out. Why?
Do you know what? I'm gonna make a hot take here. I saw some albino gold lasers, and those things were bright. Those things actually looked hot, but they weren't white. They were like they were just a really, really vivid red sort of colour. I don't know my colours very well. It might have been orange. They were nice though.
No.
But
And Max won't be joining us next week.
You're still on probation, Nathan. Behave.
Get rid of me.
We've got some more comments. Who else is? We've got not just albino, but platinum and other assorted shiny colours. Yeah, everybody wants these marbled jobbies as well too.
Yeah,
like if it's, people can't just have a fish as nature intended it to be.
Correct.
Which is a shame.
Which is, like I said, you may as well just have one fish in 10 colours. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which just ruins the variety of 35,000 species of fish on the planet. And we're whittling it down to one in a short body, long fin, white fish that we can then make colourful with whatever colour we want. It's completely backwards.
It's Harry Shipman.
What?
Great boxer, this guy. Killer jab.
No, it is. Presumably, that's a pseudonym.
For MK Oliver's post, it's a technicality. It's not unusual. It's not unusual mistake and often easily fixed. As you mentioned, print publication isn't necessary if code is followed. Okay, so that is someone in ichthyology, I would guess, who's gone. It doesn't need to be printed. The code just needs to be kind of adhered to. Yeah, we take that.
That's fair enough. Yeah, we accept. We accept.
Howard is a doctor after all.
And in prison.
That doesn't stop him doing ichthyology.
No,
Correct.
from behind bars.
We got-
Right, Nathan, you're old. A very, very, very long time ago, right? There was, I keep talking about this because I'm old as well. There were several TV programs about fish in the 80s. One of them had David Saxby, which I've talked about. Another one had a guy who was in prison, and he was allowed to breed fish in prison. They were tilapia. I think he was a child murderer. It was really, really bad, right? And they featured him. And
Why are you laughing at that?
I can't help it.
Okay. And he was like, yeah, they let me keep fish. And he had rack after rack of fish tank in his cell, and he was breeding tilapia. And then at one point he said, I've offered to go to like fish shows and, you know, like give presentations, but they don't want me to go, kind of thing. And you're just like,
On child murder.
Like, this was the 80s. Do you know what I mean? We're in
It was a different time, Max. It was a different time.
We've got so-and-so today, and he's going to do a talk on tilapia and murdering infants.
Yeah, it was quite casual then, Max. You weren't there.
I don't want to auction off in the auction afterwards.
I do remember that David Saxby documentary, though, because you had some great names on there. You had David Sands was on there.
David Sands, yeah.
David Sands.
Yeah, a very young, dishy David. Did he have the red-tailed catfish?
Yes.
Was that? Yeah. Oh, he was dishy. And there was the girl, the woman who was breeding goldfish. And
well,
I can't remember if she was mental. Was she doing stuff like crystals, like swinging them over and stuff? I think she might have been a bit bonkers.
There were the better couple, which someone like Steve Grant told me. It's what Better Brown Orem is named after. The better
Alan Brown.
The Browns. The
Browns. Orem, yeah, two people, isn't it? It's a couple.
Orem is two or more people, yeah.
And you know, they were like in their kind of best kind of 80s TV voice. Yes, we you know, like going to like peat swamps and stuff, but kind of being interviewed for the first time, just going, yes, you know, little fish in peat swamps in Malaysia or wherever it was. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah,
weird.
That's brilliant.
God, it was a mess.
Anyway.
What have we got here? We've got Andy Can with us. That's, I think, Andy Can's first comment. Evening, Andy.
Oh, Andy.
Yeah.
He was really bad as opposed to all the good guys in prison.
This guy was badder than most, I think.
The baddest of the bad.
The baddest.
The badder of the baddest.
Yes!
I got it in there, mate. I didn't think I was going to get that till like episode 8.
Baddest, you mean?
The baddest
of the Asamensis.
Yeah.
Baddest echofish. Anyway, what are we talking about today?
Do we want to link very quickly to the electric blue Acaras and start a conversation about that?
Yes, I think we should have a quick conversation on that, shouldn't we? So,
because I don't think we agree, the three of us either.
This week, the Northwest Cichlid Association passed a law, not a legally binding law, I might add, that they will not accept electric blue Acaras into their auctions on the premise that they are hybrids. Now, they're stating that they're a hybrid of blue Acaras, Andino Acara pulca, and electric blue rams, Microgeophagus ramirezi. So, Jeremy Ramirez. Yeah, we need to get into that habit. Jeremy.
Yeah.
What is an electric blue Acara?
It may be a hybrid. It's sure as hell not a hybrid of an electric blue ram. It's probably maybe at some point got some green terror type X rivulatus, X Stelsbergi, you know, call it what you want.
Listen, if you were to Google Andino Acara latifrons or species Orinoco, those two fish are essentially electric blue fish already, just in much smaller quantities than an electric blue Acara.
Or it's possible that it is just a line-bred pulca.
Just a line-bred pulca. And it could be because even if you look at pulca, you can see these electric blue colours. Look, if you look at South American cichlids, it seems very, very easy to breed an electric blue type of colour into most multi-generationally bred cichlids. Look at cobalt blue discus, Pinoy angels, electric blue rams, even apistogramma. There's about 4 or 5 colour variants of Agassizi that have ended up electric blue. You've got species steel blue, which is a hybrid, to be fair, which is not really helping my point, but still, you can see that South American cichlids are very prone, with a few genetic tweaks, to turn out electric blue, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's a hybrid.
Well, that being the case, if they're being hybridized with something smaller, why are they so damn huge?
Exactly.
Have you seen adult electric blue aquariums? They are
chunks.
Tanks, absolute tanks. So if there's a dwarf gene going in there, surely they'd be like shrinking down. But these things are like twice the mass of a standard blue acara. They're huge.
They're big old things, and everything points to Andino acara. Nothing in that fish at all points to anything but Andino acara. And like Jeremy said, there's a good chance they're hybrids, because I'd put a bit of money on all pulka coming out of the Southeast Asian farms. They're probably hybrids to some degree with latifrons and species Orinoco and that. And realistically, there's very little way to tell. But I think we can all agree that electric blue acaras are Andino acara through and through. Black Country Aquarist has said Nanacara anamala was the other species I've seen people discuss as a culprit. Yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah. And whilst I still don't agree, at least I can see like where that comes from. But still, they would be similar to Nanacara anamala in many other ways as well, and they're not.
Right. If you keep a single sex of blue acara in the same aquarium as a single opposite sex of Microgeophagus, nothing is ever going to
They will not breed.
They wouldn't be viable even if they did, but they're not. Think about it. Think of the size difference. Think of everything. Everything will be different. There's no way.
Yeah, they would not look like an acara. They would look a bit like an acara, but not fully. So I think we can agree on that. Doc Green's put a great comment on here. Dodgy ground, though, on the hybrid front, surely. Look at Xiphophorus and Pasilia, etc. You're absolutely spot on. If you're going to ban electric blue acaras on the premise that they're hybrids, then realistically, you've got to ban every swordtail platy, molly and guppy that goes through the auction, because to some degree, they are all hybrids.
Domestic discus are hybrids. Most domestic
discus are most likely hybrids, yeah.
Most domestic angels could be hybrids. However, Axelrod once wrote a long time ago that the wagtail gene in platies was via crossing with swordtails. So anything wagtail...
That I believe that you only have to look at big mature male platies, and a lot of them actually develop a sword.
Yeah,
if you can keep them alive long enough and grow them up big enough, a lot of them will develop a sword. But yeah, there's so much hybridization there. I mean, mollies, you can't really identify mollies down to a species level now.
They're a mix of at least three species. At least three species, if not crossed back many times.
Yeah, absolutely. And Black Country Aquarist has put it's probably a similar thing to the state of green severum, which certainly aren't pure Heros e fasciatus. And again, he's probably right. There's how many described species of Heros are there? There's
more than you'd think. There's probably I
think there's about
no
5.
Tartus, no Tartus,
no Tartus liberifer, E fasciatus,
appendiculatus. Did we say?
I think there might only be 4.
Did we say
Severus, of course, yeah.
Or is that a synonym? I think
no. Severus is definitely one. That's the one that they call Heros species Cura. That's usually Severus. So I think there's 5 described severums, but you look, and there's loads of these undescribed variants coming out of different places that are probably going to get described in the future. So it goes without saying that. There's probably a deal of hybridization going on with your domestic severums as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Because do you remember when Red Wedge came in, the rock keel, and they were readily breeding with a fasciatus or green severums.
See, that's not a described species, but people think it's appendiculatus. I think. I think that's how it is. I could be wrong. If anybody's in the chat and they can correct me there, that would be brilliant. What else have we got?
Can you replace the image of the cichlid, Max?
I can. What would you like an image of?
Nathan's just blocked by the comments. That's all.
Yeah, that's. Oh, sorry. That's. I'll hide the current comment. Sorry, Nathan. He's back. We're so sorry about that. We didn't see you there. We did forget about you.
Yeah, that was tactical, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Who else have we got? All mixed Malawi in many shops. Going back to the Malawi
Very
thing,
true,
yeah, you
very
see
true.
that now. Only 2 tanks of Malawi, a tank of peacocks, and a tank of Mbuna, and the Mbuna
Yeah.
are really only like 3 species.
Yeah, and out of the Mabuna, only the yellow labs sell. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
You've just got yellow, right? 800 species in that lake, if not more, and we sell hybrid peacocks, which are color fed, hormone injected, whatever, and yellow labs, and that's it. So we sell 2, and one of them's a hybrid.
And aren't the yellow labs the rarer colomorph in the lake?
Yeah, they should be blue, shouldn't they?
Yeah,
Like
There's a
Carulius.
handful of yellows, and they bred from those.
Yeah, Carulius literally means blue.
Correct. It means sky
And
blue.
Yeah, and we're selling the goddamn yellow one. Just on the subject of Malawi, I mean, I think most of the people watching us will have been to Wharf at some point. If you've not, go to Wharf. They've got a brilliant Rift Lake room, and you can see such a variety of Malawi cichlids in there.
Yeah, well, you haven't even been to Wildwoods.
Yeah, well, you know, Nathan, we're putting you in a home next year. So watch what you say.
But Nathan's got a point. You know, someone like yourself, Max, is into South American cichlids. You don't know what you missed, mate. It was really good.
It is what it is.
Every species you ever wanted, they had. And me and
It's
Nathan
all
just
there.
went.
Did they have a Tfwn Tinsuyo Makantsatsa?
Probably.
Right. So speaking of, they actually had wild Aquidens polka at the time, and they were beautiful. Hence the name Pretty. They were incredibly pretty cichlids, and now look at them. They're ruined. Absolutely ruined.
Not a lot of colour. Not a lot of colour at all. Molly's
Well,
are 2 main. Go on. Nathan,
I was going to say, sticking with the pretty motif. I remember, I think you were with me, Jeremy, when we went to Pier Aquatics, and they had pretty tetras or garnet tetras.
One of my all-time favourites.
It took about 5 minutes to convince me that the fish in the tanks were actually pretty tetras because they were wild caught, and they were so completely different to the farm chaff that we have. So
so different, and I'm glad you also called them garnet tetras because they had red on them. They were red, whereas a Singaporean pretty tetra, there's no red.
It's basically a head and tail like tetra when it comes out of Asia.
It looks like a celipher, doesn't it? It doesn't look like polka.
Yeah. With you on that. We've got some more comments. Let's just burn through these comments before we move on to the next section. MB Mud Skipper. Mollies are 2 main species complexes, hybridize easily within their complex. Yeah, I think that's very, very true. There's definitely no doubt of that. Where do you stand on hero species rockkill being a genuine fish or an Asian fish?
Well, I had the wild ones, so I'd say.
Well, there you go.
Say genuine.
Yep.
They came in about 20 odd years ago, 23 years ago when I was still at Maidenhead, and the first ones were wild.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And do you think because maybe they don't come in as wild now that the gene pool will have bottlenecked a bit with the Asian bred ones? Do you think if wild ones came in, they'd look completely different to what we know of them now?
They were nice. I mean, they were really nice. You know, massively long anal fins as well. Yeah, exactly.
Anal.
Doc Green's just said that Wharf are giving away a load of aquarium-related books to customers. So if you need an excuse to go to Wharf, there's your excuse. And Ethan Wright has worked with some wild pulka when I was in Trinidad. Lovely fish.
Good man.
Sure there were.
Polka, we're talking about the cichlids. Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Are they also in Venezuela as well? I'm sure McColgy told me they were sympatric with diamond tetras, I believe.
That might be species Orinoco. Because again, there's probably way more Andino Acara than we think there is. Because a lot of those, there's the 2 groups. I think there's the Dalsberg group and the Pulka group, I think. Obviously, they're all quite close related, but I think a lot of the fish in the Pulka group is probably more of a complex is Pulka. I'm not an ichthyologist, so I might be talking a load of trash, but that's certainly how it seems. And
you never will be.
No, I won't. I'm just a lowly peasant who has been
Okay,
coerced into
lower.
doing this.
Lower.
What's next?
I think we get on to this week's subject. What do you
Go on.
think?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about biotopes.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me do that again because I'm learning how to use this platform now.
Oh, go
We're
on.
going to talk about biotopes.
Yeah, cool.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that was good, that
Cool.
wasn't it? That was smooth, that. Everybody
Okay.
loved that.
Right, go on.
Am I starting this off?
Well, yeah.
Sure.
It's always me. Why is it always me? I'm carrying this thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Me to do it.
No, yeah, you go on, Jeremy. Let's see what you've got.
Biotope aquarium. Well, this is the debate. This is the whole thing because biotope. We say South American biotope, Southeast Asian biotope, African biotope, right? We need to focus way closer.
Yeah.
I mean, South America. Do we do an Argentina biotope? No, we don't. Right?
No, hell
Asia.
no. Hell no.
Russia's in Asia. You know, we're not talking about Russia. You know, Africa. Are we talking about Egypt? Are we doing Egyptian? Do you know what I mean? We need to focus way closer to countries or to watersheds, to rivers, to, you know,
Smaller.
Yeah, the International Biotope Contest, and I've got it somewhere and I've removed it from my computer. They had a stab at Earth Biotope. Exactly, Ethan. Right, you're exactly right. Yeah,
We need to do that. Let's do an Earth biotope.
yeah, exactly.
Well, Earth is a biotope. That's the thing.
It's going to
If
be
you're
massive.
an alien, if you've come in from the outer solar system and you've looked at Earth, you're like, oh, we can recreate this planet. That's a biotope. That's the sole one biotope.
We'll enter that into the intergalactic biotope contest.
Yeah.
Now, the guys at the Biotope Contest, was it, Nath? I used to be a judge on it, and you did as well.
Yeah,
it was the
that was
Ukrainian one.
No. They were Russian guys. It was Oleg Labutov.
Yeah.
The Biotope Aquarium Design Contest, BADC. Sorely missed. He had to go off radar because of the whole war thing going on. He wasn't on Facebook anymore. Lovely guy, but great contest.
Anyway, it was a lot of work though, wasn't it, Nath? So I had to step down from doing it because it was like evenings and evenings of work. And so you'd get, I don't know, 500, entries or more by the end of it. And they were going, right, do a detailed write-up on every single one of them. And you're like,
it's exhausting.
This is a lot of work. I've got to research it. I've got to score it. I've got to do this. And you're like, I've got time for this. Anyway, but the guys there had a stab at, and it may not have been them who originally did it, but categorizing the accuracy of the biotope into B1, B2, and B3. And this is what we were talking about. It counted down. So B3 was, say, I don't know, Rio Negro or whatever, or B2. And then B1 was like Oxbow Lake at Barcelos, off the Rio Negro thing. And you had to do it absolutely authentically. And that was about the closest to trying to kind of categorize biotopes as I've ever seen. And people would take they'd use like underwater video clips or whatever, and they would recreate that biotope. So that to me is a beautiful thing. And most of us get nowhere near it through no fault of our own, but most of us get nowhere near it. Most of us do Amazon, Southeast Asian, India. I mean, imagine doing an Indian biotope, for God's sake. You've got hill streams, you've got.
Sorry, I just dropped out there.
It's
not the Ganges, is it? Do you know what I mean? It's not.
Nope. This is Western Ghats. But yeah. So on the biotope thing as well. So I'm going to throw the fox amongst the chickens right away. So the problem with doing any biotope on the planet, there's no such thing, I think, as an accurate biotope, simply because all biotopes, by their very definition, are transitional. They change throughout the year. You cannot factor in things like migratory predators coming through. You cannot factor in seasonal changes. The only people closest are the guys doing Chana tanks, where they do that seasonal variance between wet season and dry season. But if I tried to do a clownloach biotope, I would by definition have to simulate a rainy season, completely change the water chemistry as the rainfall's coming down. It's physically impossible. You can only create a snapshot of a biotope for a day, but it's not a permanent transient thing.
Sometimes not even a day, sometimes just a few hours. Because you know, water chemistry can change within the day.
Yeah, well, neon tetras aren't going to stay in that same spot for 8 hours. They're gonna clear off. Cories are going to pass through. Everything is transitional.
Not only that, but in most water bodies, the pH drops at night due to you know, the respiration of plants versus
and temperature as well,
and temperature.
And
exactly.
turbidity and everything. And you've got the whole predators and prey thing, which obviously we can't do, and the whole terrestrial thing. So in the 2 biotopes that I visited, there are things that we can't do. There are insect life, you know, there are aquatic invertebrates, there are amphibians, there's tadpoles in a lot of these things. We don't do tadpoles. Do you know what I mean? Frogs, you know, crabs, all this weird stuff going on that we can only use what's available to us.
Well, I mean, an extreme version would be like a cave biotope. So if you look at underground caves, it's like, okay, so if you get rainfall 15 miles away, that cave is going to be a flushing torrent 10 meters deep in like 5 minutes time. And where are your bats crapping into the water? It cannot be done. So that's my 2 cents.
We could do that ourselves.
I often do with literally. I mean,
do you hang upside down to do it?
No, I've got like a bar hanging off the ceiling. Right. So if people want to stick around long enough, I'll curl one in.
If we can get to 50 likes, Nathan's going to produce his own guano to feed.
Aqua Agri raises a good point actually, because we've talked about this, right? Why don't we do ones that we actually know, right? We've all got waterways by us. These are the only ones that we as Brits can actually accurately do. We can visit it. We know exactly what's in it if we even dare to go into the water. That's the other thing about weird British people like us, right? I'm in Sri Lanka. I'm just running off the road into any water I see, right? If you did that in the UK, you get arrested. Do you know what I mean?
I did.
It's just like...
Oh, to be fair though, Jez, we used to do that on lunch break. So
true.
Yeah, we used to just jump in that river. Was it the Neen that was running behind us? Whatever it was. Yeah, we used to just jump in there at lunch break. Yeah. And I almost drowned several times because you convinced me you could swim while you were just stood on the shoreline laughing at me as I was being dragged down the river. And I'm like, I need help here, Jez. And you were just laughing.
I know. I'm better now. Blackwater is a good one because Julian used to raise it on PFK. Scotland is full of blackwater biotopes, right? There's blackwater biotopes in the fens in Lincolnshire, like Al says. You know, these things they exist here. Your inspiration should actually be what's on your doorstep.
Nathan, there's a stunning blackwater biotope in Alderley Edge.
Yes, yeah.
There's waterfalls and it sort of flows down through the woods and it's just beach and oak and the water's that lovely rich tea colour. There's no fish in it, but it's still a biotope.
Yeah,
we could introduce some loaches, maybe some coolie loach over summer.
Let's do it. But you raise an interesting point there, Jez, because I noticed again. So you were a judge, I was a judge of the BADC. Yeah. One of the things I noticed, the guys that were ranking in like the top 3, it would be like Indonesian hill stream with various gobiids in there, and you look at the guy, it's like, oh, he lives in Indonesia. He's literally walked 50 meters from his house and just recreated what he's seen. And it's like, just go with what you know. Don't try and, if you're living in Greenwich, don't try and do some obscure oxbow in Paraguay that you've never seen in your life, because
exactly.
Yeah.
It's actually guesswork, and like the biggest guesswork is with plants. We always do this thing, you know, I'm doing Amazon, so I'm going to put Amazon swords in it, right? If there's one thing I learned from Heiko, right, Amazon swords do not occur in the Amazon. Amazon swords, Echinodorus blairi.
They're from Rio, Paraguay.
Grisabaki.
They're from Bolivia in the Pantanal. They're not even in the Amazon watershed, right? Echinodorus come from the Pantanal in the main, right? But also, Echinodorus blairii is not named after Heiko, which lots of people said when he died. It's named after his mother. That's why it's A-E.
Blairii. Yeah.
But it's not. But it doesn't exist, does it?
No, it's still got synonymized. It's still Grizzabacki
it's not a
because
valid
he got there
species.
first.
Yeah.
But you get the point.
Yeah.
And
Grizzabacki was there before the last flights out of Germany.
Yeah.
He preempted it. Yeah.
Yeah. But my point being that we glamorize we tart them up, it's tinsel on a tree, right? You don't need the aquatic plants. You don't need them because you're just guessing. I went to Sri Lanka. I thought I'd find cryptocorines in every stream. I found none. Do you know what I mean? And there was black ruby barbs. There was cherry barbs. It's a fantasy a lot of the time to include aquatic plants because 90% of all freshwater biotopes do not contain them.
Yep.
But do you know what? Do you know what 90% of all freshwater biotopes do contain to some degree or another?
Live food?
Urine.
Probably. Yes, most likely.
Litter.
Well, aside from water, you'll find
Trolleys.
Evidence of dead plant material in virtually any biotope. And people overlook this. Like, they avoid using things like wood in Malawi tanks. Or leaf litter and stuff like that. And yeah, there's the argument it can reduce pH, but there's also loads of botanical options you can use in a Malawi tank to really give it a proper, authentic Malawi look.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Aren't there grasses as you go into like the inflows of the Great Lakes of Malawi, Tanganyika? You've literally got like vallis beds.
Yes,
carving in.
Who's that fellow who eats the algae off vallis? Who is it? There's a species that is specifically evolved to strip vallis leaves of algae.
Is it Dave Hulse?
Yes, it's Dave Hulse. Yeah.
No, I don't know which one it is, but yeah, I know.
If anybody knows that, please do let us know. I'll have to look for it for the next episode. But there's a species that is very, very good at that.
But to then include vallis in a Mabuna biotope.
Well, that would be a terrible idea. Well, yeah.
And this is what everyone does, How many Malawi tanks have got Anubias in them? Just leave it out. Even German biotopes, right? They'll have like a 2-meter dead serious, Malawi biotope, dead accurate. And they'll put like a Ponogeton in there. And you're like, well, why?
Are you yeah.
Oh.
And do you know the other one that really annoys me is when they have to shoehorn a Cynodontis in there as well.
Yeah.
They're like, there has to be a Cynodontis in here. And it's always a bloody West African one.
Yeah, always.
But it's from Africa, so it's fine.
Yeah. Comments. And plastic bottles, says Ethan Wright. You're not wrong. You go anywhere on the planet where it's hot and there's plastic bottles. Plastic water bottles. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. What else did I find out? So the one time I went to the Rio Negro a long time ago, on the plane, we guessed which fish we'd see first. We said, are we going to see a cichlid, a carosine, or a catfish? Do you know what we saw first?
A herring.
Close. It was a form, right?
I was going to say, is it a needlefish?
It's a needlefish, right?
Yes.
And so they were the authentic Rio Negro biotope, the needlefish, which are absolutely everywhere.
Which species is that?
I got them once actually in a wild shipment. One of the ones that turn up massive and dead. What are they called? Oh God.
It'll come to me. I'm just going to Google it because I'm getting old.
They did used to be on some of the lists. What are they called?
It'll come to me once I've Googled it.
Oh, here we go. Hemitilapia oxyrhyncha is that species, Max. I won't pretend to have known that.
Hemitilapia oxyrhyncha. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Black Country aquarist. Yes, thank you.
You, sir, or madam, are on the ball because that's the one that is in the Koning's book as well. And that would be the correct biotype, but nobody does it.
Yeah, it'd be a good one to do that.
Going back to what you said earlier, Jez, we were talking about the Andinoacara polka.
Yeah.
So I've just dug out the Mikolji book. He's got it there, and he's saying those. So again, you won't see a blue Acara biotope with these. He's saying sympatric species, Ancistrus, Gymnocorinthus, Crenocycla gayi, and Munchausen pityeri. So you're right with the dime, etc.
Yeah.
And plants, Cyperus involucratus. Never even heard of that one. Dicranopygmium rupestre and Limnobium laevigatum. You see limnobiums, but I can guarantee they've never been put together with blue acaras.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Jeremy,
So, yeah.
is it Portimo raphis you were thinking of?
Yes.
The needlefish. Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I found. Yeah.
And I've never ever seen an Amazonian biotope with one in.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever
Never.
seen him in the flesh. I don't think I've ever seen him come in.
No. Yeah, so there you go. Acaricthis, we were talking about Acaricthis hecli. They were there in the Rio Negro. Again, no plants, black water, boiling hot. They burrow in the like mud as well. That's so cool.
Really?
They make like burrows in the mud banks, like big ones. Yeah, really cool.
That's cool.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
and a random when we found this terra firma lake, so we're kind of crawling through the kind of undergrowth, and a terra firma lake is a lake that's permanent, whether the water's up or down, it gets filled and overflowed into when the wet season occurs.
Yeah,
when
and
the
then
dry
just,
season occurs, it's left high and dry, and eventually this phenomenon happens where you just end up with like all the predatory fish because they've eaten all the prey fish in there.
Yeah.
So there was like piranha in there and all these peacock bass, all these different things. Anyway, first thing we did, we got there and there was this massive splash and we were like, God, what's that? Is that an anaconda? It was an iguana jumping out of a tree, right? And just buggered off across the lake, just swam across the lake. So it's these little things like how much do we then want to zoom in and then expand? It should actually be a massive terrarium. Do you know what I mean? Like the Eden project with iguana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that'd be brilliant, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's so cool.
Hold that thought on the Eden project. I'm going to be back in 20 seconds, gentlemen. I just need to race off. Enjoy my tanks while I've gone. If you're going to speak about me, do it now. I'll be right back. I'll be two shakes.
Speak back, Nathan.
Thank God he's gone. Honestly, I can't be bothered with him anymore. I can't deal with it.
They spawn in the burrows too. Black Country Aquarist is exactly right. I've seen footage of it. So yeah, exactly right. So what else? What else about biotopes? Max? What grinds your gears about biotopes then?
What grinds my gears about biotopes? Good question. I don't like it when people.
Go on.
How are we meant to deal with this guy?
Go on.
Right, I think he must be cleaning a filter out or something. It has to be. What grinds my gears about biotopes? That's a good question. I think you've covered it, to be honest.
All right, I'm going to raise one more. Botanicals, right? Botanicals.
I like botanicals.
Use them. But what I do is I Google the origin because most of them are Asian, right? And so I will go, I try and find out where they're from. Don't you, Max?
I do, yeah. I've got some cool botanicals here, actually.
Go on.
Would you like to see it? And I can't tell you exactly where each of them are from, but I can show you some things that I've got.
Go on.
I've got some savu pods.
What's Nathan doing?
I don't think he's dying.
All right, go on. Go on, Max.
We've got some savu pods. So this is a seed pod from Brazil. I don't know exactly where. What else have we got? We've got some bell cups, which is from something called a wood apple from India. But I don't know whereabouts in India. It'd be interesting to know. Balsa pods. This is another seed pod from South America. I think it's Brazil again.
Yeah.
Yes, Black Country Aquarist. It most certainly is a cheeky little plug. We do sell these, but I'm not actually pushing that today. These are really cool. We've got these things called moneta leaves. These are a South American leaf litter.
I'm back, gents.
Yeah.
Okay,
Are you okay? Are you still alive, per chance?
Yeah, I'm okay. I had a moment. I had to go and relieve. While we're on the biotope thing,
go on.
You just mentioned, I think it was the Eden project. Was that the one that was under the dome? Was that the closed, hermetically sealed thing? Do you remember the problem that they had with that, with the Eden project? Do you remember the problem with the trees that they had?
No, go on.
So here's an interesting thing as well. So outside, the Eden project, or whatever it was, that dome that was completely sealed, they tried to create a hermetically sealed environment. They planted a load of trees in there. The trees all fell down, okay? Because where it was sealed, there was no wind coming through. And it turns out that wind is a major influence on trees getting the roots out so they can actually resist wind. So they built all these trees up. They're like, okay, well, like several years in, everything's now dropping. So that's an example of what I mentioned earlier. The whole, it's transitional. There's outside influences as well that have a massive effect on your biotope. If you're not replicating those, you're not replicating a biotope. So what's happening? So people are setting up biotopes with, I don't know, Vallisneria. It's like, are they growing as they should? But should they actually have like a massive flow of water to stretch them down the river? Or are they just going to form these pathetic little clusters that reach the surface? If they're doing that, that's not a biotope. Anyway.
No, you're exactly right. Like giant Vallis is probably horizontal. It's probably 6 feet long, but horizontal in a river.
Yeah. Same with a lot of those stem plants. It's just straight down. They don't grow up. They grow that way.
Like Cryptocoryne crispulata and Oosteriana do a similar thing. A lot of crinums, those sorts of things.
And that's mirrored in the UK with plants like ranunculus that can form massive kind of 20-foot long rafts, and you got like barbel and all that hanging about and all that insect life. And it's absolutely horizontal. And you think, how can it hang on? It's like a feathery plant, but it's in the fast flowing water. So
absolutely. Just a thought. What do you think about UV lights? Should biotopes have some sort of UV light above them?
I quite like the idea of the angled lights going through the day. I quite like that.
Okay.
With, with a dawn and dusk. Rainfall. I mean, we haven't even talked about rainfall.
We've not.
In some parts of the world, it rains daily for 6 months a year. These fish are adapted to rain.
So they live in water.
And a lochthonous food as well, so it's tied in with the rains.
Oh, I love that. Nathan, hold on. Just let's tell everybody what a lochthonous means. I love this word. What is a lochthonous?
So a lochthonous is effectively outside in. It's the things that fall into the water. So the bugs, the beasties, the things that normally wouldn't be there that suddenly find their way in. A lochthonous foods. So again, that ties into what you were just saying about the whole rainfall thing.
Is that how we spell it?
Yes.
That's a good word. If anybody wants to sound clever, use that word.
Well, I'll bring up the actual definition while I'm rambling as well.
Yeah.
So,
go on.
But again, so the allochthonous thing, are some of these fishes, so we worry about breeding cycles of fish. We're trying to breed a fish. We simulate the dry period, the warming of the water. We lower the water temperature down. Then we do the big rainfall, and we sprinkle in softer water, lower temperature from a rosehead watering can to simulate the rain. It's like, but are we also doing the allochthonous? Are we doing the bugs and the beasties that are getting washed in with that? Is that in itself a trigger? This sudden surge of beetles and flies and all sorts of things, that suddenly there's a massive feast and the fish are like, now we're in condition and we can spawn. So is that another thing that we're missing?
It makes a huge difference. And also most natural waterways, and I'm going to completely generalize, are tree lined as well. Even if they don't have aquatic plants in the water, they're tree lined by nature. And that makes a huge difference to, just like you say, insects, to shade over the water, to predators, to absolutely everything. And those fish are looking up. They're looking up, waiting for their next meal.
Things like aphids.
So the definition of allochthonous in the biological term, introduced from a different environment, habitat, or geographical area. And that again ties back to what I said earlier about biotopes are transitional. Everything passes through, unless it's a static body of water. So with like I don't know, what's the Patrick Yap tetra?
Rasbora Patrick Yappy.
Rasbora Patrick Yappy. That's from a very close area, or betters in a very closed area. If you're not creating that, and even that's going to be transitional.
Even still, it's transitional because it's completely exposed to the environment, the elements.
So there we go. We've just killed biotopes.
Yeah,
guys, we're going to end the podcast now. What's the point?
That's it.
Yeah, that's debunked biotopes. They don't exist.
We're only just getting started.
Just smash the tank.
I'm putting a brick through that in 5 minutes. I've had enough of that. You're all dead, guys.
So, Nath, while you're away, my point about botanicals, 100%, it's changed, right? But Google where it comes from, because otherwise you're going to put a Southeast Asian botanical into a South American biotope, and if you enter it into a competition, you're going to get caught out. a Brazil nut pod comes from Brazil originally. Do you know what I mean?
That part of the world, yeah.
Yeah.
So to play devil's advocate, I've never used that phrase before. I don't know if I've used it right. Tell me if I've not. But to play
is
devil's
good.
advocate, what is the big crime using a Brazilian item in a Southeast Asian biotope if you are doing it to enjoy your own fish and increase their welfare, and you have no intention of entering it into a contest?
Just don't call it a biotope.
Okay, so what do we call it then?
A community.
Could you call it a themed aquarium, perhaps?
Yes. Yeah.
Crapatope.
Or inspired, perhaps. A bumatope.
Because then I have to break my own rules in that the bogwood probably isn't from South America either.
A lot of the bogwoods are Europe. Is it British? A lot of the bogwood you can get.
A lot of it's Asian as well. So yeah, we've got British bogwood at the moment. So there's loads of Cornish oak. Loads of people use that, but an awful lot of it. An awful lot of it originates from where they're stripping out the mangroves. So where they're doing clearance for like shrimp farms and so forth over in Asia and Africa, there's an awful lot of the mangrove wood that comes across from there. So it's like, well, it's not South American, and azalea root. It's like, well,
Doc Green, a lot of the very old first aquarium books promoted biotopes and the inclusion of all water life, not just fish, including insects, crustaceans, and plants. Okay, so everyone who thinks they've just invented terrariums and just invented paludariums and everything else they do and Instagramming it, the Victorians did it. Do you know what I mean? The Victorians did it.
Bet they didn't breed blackworm. But anyway.
Yeah.
They probably did, and better than you.
Go away. Go away.
I've seen children breed better blackworm.
Yeah.
It didn't start the hobby at 16.
Oh, come on. That's a low blow.
Biotype. That's quite nice. I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go along with that.
I like that.
Well, have you still got the breakdown of that? Have you got that sheet from the Biotope contest, the criteria? Because they had actually 3 breakdowns on there, didn't they? They had true Biotope. There were 3 categories. Have you got it there?
I will just bring it up now.
Scroll down, Max. You can do this.
I know.
I remember the letters.
How do you unlock
the A?
I couldn't upload it because it was a PDF, so I made it a JPEG. There should be a JPEG you can upload.
Yeah, I've got it.
Have a look at that.
Wait, I can upload it.
3 categories, halfway down.
3 categories. B1, true biotope.
Bingo.
Recreates a very specific, narrow location, e.g., a specific bend in a river. B2, water system. Recreates a broader but still specific system, e.g., a specific tributary of the Amazon River. B3, habitat, a broader geographical area, e.g., Southeast Asian stream, often centered around a specific species' general requirements. There's a B4 as well. You aware of the B4? B4?
No.
That crappy thing behind Nathan. No.
Well, don't worry about it. It's going to have a brick through it shortly. So.
Well, there you go. Might be a bit more accurate then.
That Canarensis just showed then. I didn't see him last week.
There's 2 in there. There's 2 Canarensis, Tambrapanis, Melons, Danios, and then there's some incorrect Acasis in there, but they love life. So
I believe
it's not a biotope.
I believe the Canarensis biotope also includes Chanda glassfish.
Which would it be Parambasis?
Again, that's
what I meant. Yeah,
you're saying biotope as though it's confined to like 30 meters of river. It's like sticklebacks in the UK. They're in Scotland. They're in Kent. They're everywhere. Yeah. So the Canarensis, they cover a wide area. Melon barbs cover a wide area. Dorkinsias are just everywhere. They're just like the Rudd of India.
That's pretty cool.
Yes,
it really is. So almost, it's not so much the fish at all that we're looking at. It's the exact area, and then it's what fish happens to pass that area, and then you look at your biotope. And that's the way to do it, really. Bob
Meehan, do we actually have any precise, wide-ranging chemical and mineral data analysis of water in specific river areas? If not, then the rest is just window dressing. So there's a couple of kind of cliches I found out in Horst Link's book that opaline gouramis are actually alkaline water. So we
Yes.
always do like
Yeah.
so we always do like pearl gouramis, 3-spot gouramis. Well, pearl gouramis are black water. They're there with like Rasbora calachroma, stuff like that. Opalines are
They'll take quite alkaline, yeah.
Alkaline,
Okay.
high pH.
They found sympatrically with Rasbora trilineata, the old scissor tail. I think.
Are they?
That
I think so, yeah. In those sort of like almost a little bit turbid, milky coloured streams.
Well, I've just learnt something there. So is that associated with karsts? Is that like karst springs pumping up like loads of minerals? No?
No, I don't think so.
It's from, zero visibility. You know the pond thing, Nate? Green water, high pH.
Yes,
because it's like rock pond in high summer. That's what they're swimming around.
Right. Okay, yeah. Well, I just learned the thing, and so did our viewers.
Very, very good. This is what we're here for, though. This is brilliant.
Stick with us, guys, and we'll tell you what to think.
Yes, exactly, yeah. We're basically influencers, but the right sort.
All right, then. Max.
Yes.
Max, are there any higher pH, harder water apistos?
As far as I'm aware, there's not, but there's a few that will tolerate a higher pH and harder water. So Apistogramma borellii is one of those that they reckon can go a little bit harder, but still not really a hard water fish. Trifasciata and species mamma, which is now Erythra, are other ones as well. Combre, they're all the southern ones, sort of like Rio Paraguay basin ones that can go a little bit harder, but they're still acidic fish, really. However, there are indeed some better species that prefer harder water.
Yes. Such as
Simplex, which comes from the karst springs region of Krabi in Thailand, and they can go up to like pH of 9. And you give those things acid water, and they're not happy. They don't like it at all. Look at that. There's the very fellow. There is the very fellow. By the way, if you want to book on better or just Southeast Asian anabantids in general, that is the book to get. It is. I've spent many hours on the toilet with that book. It is fantastic.
You and me both.
What do we think about putting this Mr. Linker putting his own face on the cover of the book? Is that necessary?
I love it. He's gone. I don't care. I'm the man. Look at me.
The guy's an absolute chad.
He's a giga chad.
Literally.
He's gone. Look at me. I'm the better man. The fish don't matter. This is what matters. I love it.
Let's just talk very briefly about sticklebacks, because we've all had experience with sticklebacks. They are absolute survivors, right? Fresh water, cold water, very, very salty, beyond brackish water.
Very salty.
Caspian Sea, I believe they're in. You know, they're all over the place. They're virtually present over most of the Western world as well.
Still water and very fast flowing water. Found in both.
And they're used in study as well. And I can't remember what for, but I think a bit like cichlids in their pharyngeal teeth. I believe sticklebacks.
Really?
It's not their pharyngeal teeth, but it's something about them changes very, very quickly and easily. Does anyone know the answer to that on the panel?
On the subject there, Alan's brought up, and sticklebacks vary depending on predation. So, yeah, some actually look like they're covered in an armor. I don't know what the science of this is. Is that what you were going to... Oh, well, there we go.
It's the spines, isn't it? So there's a guy...
It's just the spines. I think it's the skin as well.
Yeah, so there's a guy, there's a YouTube channel, which we should all check out if you're into amateur ichthyology, called Fishtory, right? And he's like an American version of us three, but far cleverer and far more educated.
How?
That's not difficult.
And he breaks down the ichthyology, and he did it on sticklebacks and somehow aligned them to like Victorian cichlids in how their habitat forms them. And he was talking about the spines and the predation and all that sort of thing. So really, really interesting. Fishtory, it's called.
That's
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've just jumped on Google. There's 3 subspecies of Aculeatus recognised by the IUCN. The common stickleback Aculeatus.
Here we go. Alan's on it.
just Europe. You've also got the William Sunny, unarmored three-spine stickleback, only found in North America. Recognized range is Southern California, but it's been found in as far afield as British Columbia and Mexico. And you've got the Santa Ana stickleback, Santa Ana, restricted to North America. So yeah, it's divided up even at a species level. Fascinating fish.
And I take back what I always used to say about being good at being a suitable fish for wildlife ponds. They're not, because they're way too successful.
Yeah.
I bought 5 pairs off Max Pedley a couple of years ago. Every single one of those pairs spawned multiple times. And after just a 6-month summer period, I had thousands of them. And I split them up and I moved them into little barrels and anything with water in my garden. And every time they spawned and had hundreds of fry again. So without predation, without a resident kingfisher, don't do it. They just take over everything. That's how hardy and amazing they are. Yeah,
That's
anyway.
crazy. Do you want to know what's really interesting, Jeremy? Those ones that I sold to you are brackish ones as well, and you just dropped them into fresh water and they did that.
Yeah. And the ones that I put in the wooden barrel had extremely high temperatures in the heat waves as well.
Yeah,
It was like 30 degrees easily, and they were just getting on with it.
Anyway, why are we're talking about brackish and marine fish? We shouldn't be doing that. We're going to get told off.
Okay.
I don't think the reef guys would want to cover sticklebacks.
So biotopes. Does anyone want to add anything on biotopes before we move on?
People. We're talking about biotopes. Ask us some biotope questions. We'll wait patiently. Let's just wait in silence. That's the golden rule of podcasts, isn't it? If you're silent, it'll do well.
Yeah, we didn't have a pause last week, so let's not have another one.
Yeah, come on.
Let's not
Nathan,
have our first one.
Nathan, can you sing us a tune while we wait for some questions?
I've already done you 2 jingles. Speaking of which, when do we get to the quiz? Because there's a jingle. There's a jingle for the quiz.
There's a jingle for the quiz, and it is incredible.
We did the quiz with 15 to 20 minutes to go last time, so we'll end on that again. Why don't we talk about Max's tank? Because
we didn't even talk about that. Yeah, because we've not talked about my tank before, have we? So where shall I start with my tank? My tank is, I don't have a picture of the full tank, annoyingly. I should have taken one. Life goes on. I've got some pictures of some of the fish that have been in there at various stages. So I first set my tank up some years ago. It was a 5-footer where I started it. And it was for these very fellows, Symphysedon tarzu, which is the green discus. And
well done, you.
Thank you. That's really kind. Now, if you didn't know, this is the only discus species that is found in Colombia and Peru.
And it's one of only 3 discus species.
It is one of only 3, yeah. Yes.
And so tarzu was also argued about at the time. I remember covering it on PSK.
Yes.
Because Cullender was one of the ichthyologists, Cullender and Blair. And on the other side, someone else did it, and one of them raised it as
Axelrod, maybe was it? Axelrod?
No. One of them raised it as
Harold.
No, one of them raised it as tarzu, which was a new name, and the other one raised it as not Aquafasciatus. What did green discus used to be called? It was Aquafasciatus.
Aquafasciatus.
Heraldi was the brown.
Heraldi.
Yeah, and then discus. For the heckle.
Yeah. So do you know what tarzu means?
Go on.
It's a portmanteau of tarponzu, which was a tropical fish breeder. And they were the guys who, I believe, first bred them. They did something with them. I'm not sure what they did with them. But that's where tarzu came from. It was tarponzu. So we've got 3 species of discus currently. We've got Symphysedon aquafasciatus, which is your blue discus.
No.
It's
Heraldi, wasn't it?
No, Heraldi is no longer a thing.
Okay.
So you've got Aquafasciatus. Now Aquafasciatus is only found in Brazil, right? And that's probably the largest contributor of genetics to the domestic discus. It's sort of like the model for the domestic. It's a very, very, very variable fish because it can be brown, green, or blue. and also, there's even basically red ones, which is clearly where the red domestic ones came from. If you go on Facebook and look at tin fish, you can see some stunning fish on there. Some absolutely beautiful Aqua fasciatus. So Aqua fasciatus is a Brazilian fish. Predominantly, I believe it's clear and white water. And then you've got Symphysedon discus, which is your Haeckel's discus, which is the blackwater one, also from Brazil. And then Tarzu is found in a little bit of Brazil and Colombia and Peru. So I thought I wanted to keep some wild discus, and Tarzu is where I started. So it was a 5-foot tank, and I say it's a biotope. It wasn't, because there was loads of stuff that was wrong in there. Oak leaves, for example, absolutely full of them. All sorts of things. What else did I have in there? I've got some pictures for you. I put one of these geezers in. He was cool.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's Gymnotus javari.
Is that Peruvian?
It is Peruvian.
Yeah.
Don't know exactly where it's. Well, it's the Rio Javari, isn't it? I suppose.
Nice photo.
Yeah, thank you.
Very
I did
good.
that myself. Yeah, thank you, Nathan. I appreciate that. He was a really cool fish. They're really fun fish to keep. If anybody's kept them, please do share your experiences, because they're a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Lee Harrison had these, and they kept attacking his stingrays.
Really?
Like they could. So the stingrays were buried under the substrate, and they would go along, and they would just keep smashing.
Really?
Into the stingrays. Wherever the stingrays were, they were not happy about it at all. So
it must have been it must have been some old history between them or something like that. Anyway, let's just answer. Ooh, I've got Hold on. I've got a Gymnotus I brought back from Peru with me. Lovely little thing. Yeah. I wonder what species that is, Ethan. It'd be nice to know what you've got there.
And what was the biotope, please?
And what was the biotope? Because it probably was no discus there, I imagine. What else did we have in there? We had, this is a really cool one, Epistogramma cacatoides.
I was going to say that's cacatoides.
It's your
that's a lovely cac.
That's how they look in the wild. Would you believe
Has that got a region attached to it? Is that a regional variant, colour variant?
I think it's from Italia.
Okay, yeah.
I think that this colour forms from the Rio Italia. So they're really cool. Now, a really interesting thing. I don't know if you've heard of Epistogramma alpa huayo. It's a very, very, very close relative of cacatoides. The only way you can tell the two, well, one of the only ways you can tell the two apart, there's a few ways, but the best one is to look at the lips. Cacatoides should always have grey lips, while alpa huayo has yellow lips. So that's a little nugget of information for you there.
Max,
do you think the crossbreeding has given the morphs that we have today? Do you reckon there's any mixed blood?
I don't know, but it's a very, very good question. There is a Colombian undescribed species of Epistogramma called Epistogramma species Shalley that actually looks more like the domestic cacatoides that we see now. It has the red oscillations in the tail and the dorsal fin. So it's very, very possible that there's a degree of hybridization going on with cockatoo cichlids.
I may have dreamt this, Max, but there was some chatter about lips and mouths on Epistogramma complexes, and are some of them becoming mouth brooders as well? Is that fair?
There are currently 4 known species of mouth brooders. There's a few facultative mouth brooders. So we should do an episode on Epistogramma at some point. I don't want to go into too much now, but let's get this out of the way. Let's Nathan, you're not coming back for another episode, so I don't know what you're shaking. Get out of here.
That.
Get out of here now. So we've got the 2 original mouth brooding Epistogramma were Kellerii and Barlowi. And those are like massive heads on them. Proper tradition. Do you know what? I've got pictures of Barlowi somewhere. I will have to dig them out for another episode. Brilliant, brilliant fish. And then more recently, we found 2 new species in Colombia, which are yet to be described. And that's Epistogramma species D10 and D50.
And what does the D mean? And don't say Doridorus world.
It stands for...
and then laugh at me like I'm an idiot. Go on.
It stands for Daniel.
There you go. Oh no, it does. It actually
stands
does.
for Daniel.
It actually stands for
So
Daniel.
there's a chap called Daniel Mejia, and I think he's a Colombian fella, and he sort of he's a bit of an Epistogramma enthusiast, and he goes out looking for Epistogramma, and they thought, and it's a bit boring really, just a D number. But
hang on a minute. Are you sure about that, Max? Are you sure?
I'm pretty certain, yeah. I'm pretty certain. But do you know what? If you can provide evidence that proves me wrong, I'll accept that.
And you'll be beaten up for it.
The best way to find out would be if anybody can do this now while we're on. If you look at, is it Tom and someone's homepage? It's an epistogrammer site that documents all the D numbers. I am certain there'll be some information on there. So if anybody could do that, that would be absolutely brilliant and put this to rest. Failing that, me and Doc Green are going to get in the ring and we'll fight to the death. And the winner is the correct one.
Oh, he'll kill you.
Epistogrammer, Max, right? Why do epistogrammer tend to do quite badly in commercial fish systems in shops? What is it that they had that then they go to that just makes them kind of bloat up and just become rubbish and start to die?
I think there's a few factors at play here. I think one is that they come from very sterile and really, Ethan, that's very interesting. I did not know that gymnotus are mouth brooders. Sorry, I've gone on a tangent there. We need to come back to that. That's very, very interesting. So, sorry, that's blown my mind.
No, go on.
What were you even saying, Jeremy? I can't even remember.
Why do epistogrammers die in shops?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's right. Ethan, stop commenting now. So, there's a couple of reasons, I think. I think they come from incredibly sterile environments, and you put them into any sort of system that has background pathogens, hardness, and a slightly higher conductivity and pH, and I think you're already you're putting them on the back foot. And these things, you know, they're sensitive fish. They like a nice deep sand bed to pass over the gills. They
really?
Look at that there. It is D for DATS numbers. Well, there we go. There we go. If that's what it is, then that's what it is.
So next
Who
week
told me it was Daniel?
Next week we'll be replacing Max with
probably
just
John.
Put yourselves forward. Just anybody at this point. Nathan's going. I'm going. Jeremy, you should stay.
Thanks,
was it Daniel that told you?
It might have been Daniel.
By any chance? Was he in a pub by any chance?
Do you know what? At some point today, yeah, it was. It was just this random guy called Daniel. I don't even think he knew anything about fish.
All those epistogrammers, mate. I named those.
Doc Green is now making jokes at my expense. That's what I said earlier. Go to hell. Go to hell. We're blocking you.
Live from prison. Live from prison. Don't forget the Z numbers. Are they real? Are they real? Is he taking the Mickey out of us? What's
Never
going
heard
on?
of these. I mean, if this is a thing, then it's something I've learned.
Oh, I'm googling it. Keep talking.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Google that. So yeah, I think they're sensitive fish that come from sterile, low pathogen environments, and we stick them in a stock tank with some busy fish. They hide. They've already low immunity, and I think it just goes downhill from there. Really, I think you've got to treat them with a little bit of care. It's that simple.
I think just being offered like flake as well. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, 100%. These things they're basically a GFA guy in cichlid, so they're cruising around looking for little insects and whatever's in the sand. And you put them in a tank and there's no substrate, or it's big pieces of gravel, and you throw a flake at them. And like, what are you doing to me? That's not what I eat.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just goes downhill from there. Come on, Nathan.
Right, so I'm going to throw something in the mix here. So apparently DATS actually came up with an A number system. A coding system to identify and describe, but there's nothing about D numbers here. So
there is definitely the A number. Every epistogrammer has an A number.
For example, nothing on Z's, but I
thought the DATS thing was in competition with the L number on Loriacarids, I believe. Does that ring any bells with you, Nath?
It certainly does. Yes. Oh, bear with me.
That's for the publishers of.
It was.
Is that own Aqualog? Am I imagining that?
That was Aqualog. Yes.
Currently on the epistogrammer site, and I'm having a look now.
Yeah.
Jeremy, talk about something while I disappear for 2 seconds.
Well, show me another fish then.
Let me show you another fish. What's this? If you can tell me what that is.
I know what that is because I've kept them. And anyone on the panel, anyone watching, what fish is that, please? Because it's one of my all-time favourites. Anyone? Come on.
It's
anyone?
Hyphosabricon.
Yeah. Go on.
Oh, I know it. I know this.
It's actually named after a woman.
Oh, that's screwed me completely. I actually don't know any women.
It is. It is.
Marilyn.
Mamma
Is it
mia.
Marilyn?
Margite.
Margit, of course it is.
Margit.
Certainly is.
Yeah.
Just to get the information.
Yeah. So that's Margite, and this is one of the original blue, red, neon Peru type tetras. Do you know what I mean? There's actually a lot of them. And
It might be a complex.
How do I remove that comment? Aqualog. Oh, there.
I'm back.
Yeah. I think there's probably been about half a dozen species over the years that have come in as red, blue Peru, with varying kind of size and colours and that sort of thing. And this is one of them. This is Margite. I had them, and I only bought 5 or 6 of them, and I found them very aggressive because I put them in a 3-foot planted tank with nothing else, and they were, like we were talking about last week, nutters to each other. But I believe Max got like 20 of them, threw them in his 6-foot tank with loads of big stuff, and they were completely angelic and not played up at all. Is that right, Max?
I've got about 30 of them, and they behave themselves, but there are some big fish in there as well, so they have to do.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Margite. This is interesting. Well, Max is trying to find this. Okay, what's that, Nath?
Let me have a look.
Genus.
Oh,
Genus
what?
first.
It's not an anostomus, is it?
It is. Yeah.
It most certainly is.
Guess what, Max said it was?
Anostomus. Oh God! Did he say it was like?
Here we go. John Loach. A numbers and D numbers are identification systems for epistogramma species to track new, often undescribed wild-caught dwarf cichlids in the hobby. Are they competing classification codes, as it were, though, John, or are they kind of mates? I would say that they disagree with each other, maybe, or do they correspond? Does Cacatoides have an A number and a D number, or do they only apply to undescribed species?
So I can answer this. Basically, every epistogramma has an A number. That's sort of like they've all been given one. The D numbers were generally only after Daniel got involved and started finding new ones. I'm
not Daniel again.
I'm pretty certain. I'm going to put it out there. I'm actually going to put my head on the line there and say I'm 99% sure the D is for Daniel. I just can't seem to find the information that gives it, because this was a long time after DATS. So this is the D numbers is a relatively recent thing. It's sort of like the last 10 years, and it did all start.
John's in. A numbers are less common in North America, while D numbers are frequently used for new Colombian imports.
And that's where it started, because Daniel is from Colombia, and that's where he was doing his work. But what I will do is...
Oh, hang on a minute. Here we go. D stands for Deutschland. The system was established by Roma.
I need to know these answers. Are these coming from Google's AI, where it's just piling together random information and just guessing, filling in the gaps? Because it's beginning to feel like it is a little bit.
You were Roma. He used to do a lot of work on
he did
Crenicicla, I think.
Roma did
that's right.
Roma did the original, so there was 2 bench epistogramma books. They weren't just epistogramma, they were South American dwarf cichlids, and those things are unbelievably good material. Like, they are top draw. And it was like all your South American dwarfs crammed into 2 books at the time, and they were by Roma. And those books are seriously, seriously top draw.
I'll tell you who else is good at epistos, though. Maybe not to that level. Horst Link, our better guy.
Really?
I've got an episto book by Horst Link. To be expert level in 2, well, more than genera, 2 families is quite unbelievable, I think. That's a clever guy.
He did do something with Ultima Angels as well.
Yeah.
Boom. There we go. Horse Link.
So he knows his stuff, to be fair. I mean...
Yeah, the guy's goated. He's so good.
Yeah. John Loach, again, D number, epistogramma are a group of over 60 undescribed dwarf cichlid species and colourforms, primarily discovered in Colombia by Daniel Mejia Vargas and Tom Christopherson.
Makes sense.
Fascinating. This is fascinating.
Tom's a brilliant bloke. I've met him a couple of times as well. He barely speaks a word of English, but you don't need to talk English to him, because he just says epistogramma names to you and you reply with other ones.
Okay.
It's the best conversation you could have.
Okay, moving on. Any guesses on? Here we go. Alan says Ninostomus beckfordi with flukes. Max, what was your guess?
Well, I bought these as beckfordi, wild beckfordis, and certainly it looks like they've got this trematode jobby that makes them go silver, but only slightly.
Nathan's favourite.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would not have got that. I would not.
Nope.
I was trying to search for a whole new species, but you've nailed it.
Yeah, so I'd tell a lie, these were in my Biotope, but I found the picture and we were talking about it last week, and I thought, do you know what? I'll pull that up and we can have a look at it and we can have a chat about it. So there you are.
Do you know
really,
what?
really cool fish.
I said
really
this to
cool
Max
fish.
before we went live, right? Look at the body shape. It's wrong for beckfordi. That looks like the body shape of a dwarf pencil, like
it doesn't look like, but it was
like Marginatus or something like that, right?
Nitidus or
Nitidus or Mariline. Yeah.
Yeah, Mariline is a slimmer fish than that.
And
got
then,
images of
and then
Mariline,
Max
very
said
slim ones.
it was a big fish, but to me, that's got like the big eye. It's got like a dwarf.
Yeah,
shape.
it was. I mean, it's not giant, but it was a good sized fish.
Here we go. Here we go. Marginatus.
No, Marginatus is a very different fish. I believe.
No, I don't think it's Marginatus.
Mariline is green. It has no red on it. Mariline has no red, and it's a much thinner, slimmer fish. Yeah, I think it probably was what beckfordi should look like. To be honest, I think that's exactly what it was. And
hang on a minute, right? Cutaneous reaction aside, how do we know that's not a new species?
Well, we don't, and I don't have it anymore, so we can't prove it, unfortunately. So that ends that discussion there. But yeah, it could be, or it could be that again. It could be that beckfordi is a group of fish. But when the hell was the last time you saw wild beckfordi? You don't. You just
true.
capture bred ones, and unfortunately, we can't always make judgment on farm bred fish because they're so far removed from how they probably should look. It's the same with any, it's one of those things. But yeah, that was a cool fish, and it was nasty. It was a horrible little. I was going to swear then. It was a horrible little fish. It was in a tank with a pistogrammer. Bought as dither fish. I had to take it out because it was attacking their pistogrammer.
No way.
It was a vile little cretin. Yeah. The whole group was, to be honest with you. Really, really nasty.
Hang on a minute. How do we know it's not like a fin eater or a scale eater or something? How do we know?
Who knows? Maybe these things do.
Yeah, lepidophage.
It could have been. Well, we know there's Aphiocarax that we know to be lepidophages. CF Neterrai. They're horrible little things. I don't know if anybody's ever kept Aphiocarax CF Neterrai. What do they call them? They must give them a name. They must have a common name.
So this is where it gets interesting, right?
The Nathan Tetra. Nasty things.
So back to the biotope thing, right? What's fascinating about biotopes, the South American biotopes, and these oxbow lakes and these terra firma lakes is that you get fish that have evolved to eat some of the other fish, but not all of them. Okay. And it's the gift that keeps on giving. So the fin eaters, the scale eaters, you can just go and take a chunk out of the other guy in the lake. That fin is going to grow back. You can go and take another chunk.
Yeah.
And he doesn't die. It's ultimate parasitism.
So piranhas, by nature, the red-bellied piranha is a lepidophage. It's not something that goes and kills its prey. And here's what's really interesting: peacock bass with the big circles on them look like eyes.
Yeah.
To stop. So that is literally to stop piranhas going after peacock bass.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same with Oscars. So the Acellus Oscars wedge themselves head first into overhanging vegetation. Well, that's underwater, and if the tail gets bitten off by piranhas, they survive it.
Yeah, yeah, but it's better than their face getting bitten off. But better than that, the piranhas are little wusses, and they think something's looking at them, and they go, "I don't want that smoke. I'll go after something else."
What's the smaller cichlid that forms into like a ring with all the heads pointing outwards whenever piranhas are around? Is it
Mesonorta? Maybe
is it a Mesonorta? I think it's one of the Mesonortas.
Like a Mesonorta thing to do, yeah.
Yeah, and they literally form ranks like an old Roman garrison. Really? And they just basically, they cluster up into like a circle or a semicircle, so they're all facing outwards with the tails pointing in towards each other, so that a piranha can't get round and have a go at the fins at the back. I think it is Mesonorta.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've got a couple of Mirificus in my tank. They're brilliant fish.
Oh yeah.
Could it be the trematode causing the aggression as a spreading mechanism, causing the fish to be predated, perhaps? I guess
possible.
if the fish loses fear, it's going to spend more time out in the open, which makes it more susceptible to overhead predators, birds, and such and so forth to repeat the cycle. So it would make sense.
Yeah. We're into sort of Lancet fluke territory there with the whole controlling of the brain as well. But it's got legs.
It's something. Part-time skater, sort of like how Nathan's a part-time fish keeper.
I'm a part-time everything. I'm a part-time human.
Yeah.
Part-time carer for you.
Maybe just don't be a human at all.
Okay. What other photos have we got? Here's one. Oh, go on. Corries. Go on.
Well, it's not Corrie, is it? It's a Hoplysoma.
No,
is it Hoplysoma?
No, that's gastrodermis, isn't it?
Gastrodermis, yes. Yeah, it's the elegant gastrodermis. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Never managed to work out the species on these.
Really?
Yeah. There's a lot, and if anybody's in the group who knows gastrodermis, maybe you could tell me. But I had a big group of these. I've actually replaced these now. I've got a big Brachis type jobby, but I don't know what it is. It's got that Delphax colour to it.
Okay.
It could be one of many things, and they are monsters.
Okay, I'm just going to whiz through this last photo because we were talking about him last week.
Yes.
What a beast! What a lovely.
Is that erythrostigma?
It most certainly is erythrostigma.
Yeah.
The bleeding heart tetra. I love that erythrostigma. Just means red mark.
Mm. Yeah.
It's
lovely.
Very apt.
So what are the other two? Yeah. What are the other two? You've got Pyrrhonotus. What's the other one? Is it Sokolov?
However,
yeah.
Gabor, no, they weren't Napoensis. They're in that group, so very, very closely related. Maybe they were Napoensis, a variant of, but they could also be a variant of elegans or an undescribed so-and-so. Maybe even bilineatus, but we never worked it out. But that's a shame.
I didn't pronounce that, Al.
What a fish. What size are they, Mix?
Proxima plochis. They're approximately this big.
Well, as if I can see. Hang on, let me get.
I don't know.
Okay, they're proper units then.
No, they're a good size. They're about 5 centimeters. Some of them maybe push 6 centimeters total length.
Are they still schooling?
They a little bit. The males sort of stake out a territory.
Okay.
Gabor nanus is very, very rare. I believe it's a Suriname fish. I think an import came in a few years back and they were selling for big money. They were like 200, 300 quid each. So if they were nanus, I was sat on a gold mine there. But yeah, Ethan, you're absolutely right. They're
bilineatus.
They really are a nightmare. So I gave up. I just thought, whatever, they are what they are. I'm not going to change that by giving them a name. I'll just enjoy them. So, bleeding heart tetras, we talked about this last time. These are Megalamphodus now, along with Scolophi. But for some reason, if I'm not mistaken, Pyrrhonotus is still Hyphosobricon.
Oh, okay.
And I could do with somebody checking that just to make sure that that's correct, but I'm pretty certain that's what it is. And if it is, I simply don't understand it.
Let me go to Eschmeyer's while you carry on.
Yeah. Toximoplosis, it's the mouse virus that makes them attack cats and get eaten when we catch it. Yes. Yeah, I know what you're on about, Alan. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And there probably is maybe similar things with fish that cause them to go out into the open and get eaten.
Quick question before we do the quiz. We're going to have to move on to the quiz. We've got 12 minutes. Why does nobody commercially breed bleeding hearts? Why do we always get them wild? What is the breeding?
I don't think anybody knows how to breed the damn things.
Why?
I think one guy bred them. There's only like one reported spawning of these things in captivity. So yeah, hell knows. I simply can't answer that question. I don't know. We're missing something with them.
Have you seen any spawning type behaviour, Matt?
Nope, I have not.
That's bizarre.
I've seen the males will set up a little territory and they show off, but the females are just not interested.
So Eschmeyer still has the Pyrrhonotus as Hyphosobricon Pyrrhonotus. Yeah, it hasn't been changed.
Sense. So right, let's move on from this because we've got the quiz to do. I mean, look, Nathan, we wanted to bring in an ethics section this week, didn't we?
There's no time. We've literally got 10 minutes. Let's carry it.
we're gonna have to do the well, can we carry it over to next week? Your ethics section, Nathan.
Yeah.
Can we
Basically,
carry it over to next week. Are we going to have chance? We've got a guest next week.
we'll do it the week after.
But we might.
We've got 2 hours. We can do it.
Big news. Sorry, big news. I've just had confirmation from Frank Hattich, who is basically the leading name in epistogrammer. He's a German fellow, very, very good. I said, "Hi, Frank. Hope you're well. Please, could you clarify what the D in D number stands for?" His answer is, "Hi, Max. The D stands for Daniel. Full name Daniel Mejia, the guy who collects them together or on behalf of Tom C." So that answers that. Chris Green, we don't need to fight anymore. Just know I would have won.
Still stands for Dave Hulse.
Yeah, it stands for Dave Hulse. It definitely stands for Dave
Absolutely.
Hulse. All fish hereby have a DH number.
Speaking of winning, it's quiz time.
It's quiz time. So you know what that means, don't you?
Come on! We've worked all week on this. Come on!
Here we go.
Let's do it.
Bear with me.
Fish quiz, guess what it is? Fish quiz,
Come on.
Fish quiz, guess what it is? Fish quiz,
No,
what it is?
I can't hear it.
It's fish
I could
quiz
hear
time.
it.
We could all, Jeremy. We could all hear it. Please let us know in the comments if you could hear it. If you couldn't hear it, then I'm just going to end the podcast now.
Jeremy, will you stop taking heroin during the podcast, for Christ's sake?
We told you about this last week. We told you already.
Quiz, guess what it is? Fish quiz, that's what it is. Fish quiz, guess what it is? Fish quiz, that's what it is. Fish quiz.
Took 2 minutes to make that.
That's going to be on Spotify as well and Apple Music.
It's just beautiful.
David Guetta has actually contacted us. He was wondering if he could sample it and make a radio edit. So
I think so for some royalties. Yeah.
Yes. So
The
got a bit
D
of a problem.
stands for David. Guetta.
So, Max, your first question. How many Dave Hulses turned up at Aqua last year?
I think it was 37 and a half.
Correct. Right.
Okay.
Oh,
Who's going first? I went first last time, so Jeremy.
Hold on. Here's the thing. I've got a confession to make.
We got a leaderboard. Max is meant to go.
Yeah, but I've got a confession to make, Jeremy.
Go on.
I made a mistake on one of the questions last week.
What, to me?
No, to Nathan. So Nathan's quiz is void, unfortunately.
Oh, thank God
What the?
for that. So I'm top of the leaderboard.
I'm still top.
No,
I'm not having that.
No, I asked Nathan how many described species of ram cichlids are. And
2.
There's not. The species that I mentioned, I think it's species twin spot. It got described last year, didn't it? And I completely forgot.
As
so
what?
we've got Ramirez eye, Altispinosus, and Maculi corda.
Yeah, I said 3.
So here's what's going to happen. We're going to have to quiz Nathan again.
What?
No.
Okay. Right, go on then. Hit me.
No, because then I get to go again, and I'll get 10 out of 10 this time.
Hold on. We might just have enough questions to do you both, if that's how it is.
Aren't we meant to be doing you, mate?
Yes. Did you
So
even
let's
prepare
do you.
questions? Did you prepare questions for me?
I thought you said Nathan was on it.
I mean, I can make some up.
Nathan's not on anything apart from drugs.
I actually haven't got any questions, but I could probably put some together like real quick.
I know Zempic. He's on
Right.
dozens of Zempic tablets a day.
Honestly, you should see.
28.
Nathan fills the screen usually when he's not on Ozempic. He's last weigh-in. How many stone were you? Was it 43?
38. I've come down a bit. Well, ever since I had the lower leg removed for the gangrene, it's gone down a lot.
Just watch yourself on that chair, Nate. Just watch yourself.
Yeah. Right. What do we want to do? Are we gonna
Just ask me some questions.
Right. We'll do it. Nathan, Jeremy, can you set me a timer and I will start asking the questions.
They better be good this time because they were crap last time.
Well, yeah. Well, you would say that.
Timer. 1 minute. 3, 2, 1, go.
Plants in the genus Echinodorus may also be known as
Amazon swords.
What is the correct term for a fish's tail fin?
Caudal fin. Oh, caudal fin.
Manzanita and Mopane are types of what?
Wood.
Name a loach.
Skunk loach. Yasuhi Kataki Amaletti.
Black diamond stingrays and Roman-nosed angels are named after which Belgian?
King Leopold.
In what country is Lake Inle?
Oh, what's it called now? It's not Burma anymore. Pass. Burma.
What is the technical term given to a fish which lives near the bottom?
Demersal.
In
No,
diseases,
bollocks, it's benthic.
Udinium.
Balls. Right.
In diseases, Udinium may be known as.
Velvet.
In what country was Jewel?
I had my timer.
Yeah. Well,
So I definitely said benthic there, and definitely not demersal.
You did say benthic after you said demersal.
Yeah, but
Fortunately, I can't accept Burma. I have to take the answer.
Myanmar.
But plants in the genus Echinodorus are indeed known as. Go on, Jeremy. Go on.
The BBC still recognises the country of Burma, and it's something to do with the uprising. They basically named themselves Myanmar without kind of legally kind of doing it.
I'm still with the revolutionaries.
Even Burma kind of British, I believe. I think if the BBC calls it Burma, I think we're allowed to.
Should we put it
Solidarity.
to the panel?
No, don't. They'll hate me.
Yeah, everybody hates you. That's why I want to put it.
They can see what I am. They're going to downvote me.
We'll give you that answer. So,
Yes.
do you know what? That question about the stingrays and the Roman-nosed angels, well done. And I don't give you compliments lightly, but getting Leopold there, very, very, very well done. That's a brilliant answer. So,
Leopold was a
king.
Was a bit of a tyrant in West Africa, was he not?
Yeah, he cut hands off.
He was a very, very bad man. One of the worst people in history, apparently. The Belgian King Leopold. Yeah. And
didn't Axelrod hang around with him? Weren't they like friends?
What were they alive together?
No, I think Leopold was a long time before. He was like.
I'm sure there was a crossover. Leopold kind of he went into the early 90s, didn't he?
Hold on.
Sorry, early 1900s.
The plot thickens.
Wait, no. So Axelrod did hang around with a Leopold of some sort. It might have been like a son or a nephew or something.
A different Leopold, probably.
There was definitely a link there.
Right. Anyway, you still got 7, so it doesn't change anything.
Okay, cool.
I'm still top.
Yeah, Jeremy. Given that I've let Nathan have another chance, do you want another chance? To go top.
Yeah.
Have we got enough time? We've got enough time. Do you want to do it?
Yeah.
Nathan, could you set a minute timer, please?
Right, hang on.
Give me one.
This time. Last week, Nathan's minute was about 40 seconds. So
that's because you were cheating.
As soon as I got near to 7, Nathan called it at 6.
He got very, very, very. He got squeaky bum time, didn't he?
I got very angry about that, yes.
Oh, dear.
Right, no, hang on. Right, I've got something from Herbert Axelrod. Before you start, I've got something on Herbert R. Axelrod. Yeah, he's gone. In 1960, he took the former King of Belgium, Leopold III, on a spearfishing expedition into the Amazon.
Yes.
Wow. Was Dave Hulse there as well?
He was. Well, they were fishing for Hulse.
Didn't he also take Teddy Roosevelt piranha fishing in the Amazon?
He went out with Roosevelt, and he went out with the Emperor of Japan as well. The Emperor of Japan was an ichthyologist or a hobby ichthyologist, and they went out looking for fish together. Yeah.
So hang on a minute. Was it Emperor Hirohito?
Might have been. Yeah, I think it was Hirohito.
That there is still a practicing emperor who's an ichthyologist who still is authoring papers on gobies as we speak.
Boom. There we go. Probably him. Right, Jez, we're running out of time. Do your quiz.
Yeah, go on.
Right. You give me the countdown. Nathan, and
Hang
we'll
on,
go
I'm
from there.
timing this. I'm timing
He's
this.
doing it.
and then you'll all
Oh,
hear
come
it.
on.
Right,
I'm timing this as well.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hold on. I don't think
Go,
Nathan
go,
was
go,
ready.
go.
No, I'm not going yet.
Quick!
Just start again. Nathan was.
Wait.
Tell me when you're both ready.
Hang on.
Go, go.
Go. Right, 3, 2, 1, go.
In what country was Jewel founded?
Germany.
Flying, five-striped, and eyelash are all types of what fish?
Eyelash. Flying. Rasbora.
Name a gourami.
Pearl gourami.
In taxonomy, what does brevis mean?
Oh, I don't know. Small.
In what country would you find pelvic chromis cribensis?
Well, I watched a YouTube video and they were in
These
Ghana.
are quick-fire questions.
Ghana.
Which cartoon character lends itself to the pattern of some line-bred live bearers?
Mickey Mouse.
How many letter ends in the Neon Tetra's taxonomic name?
3.
Spiralis and lingua are species of which aquarium plant?
Vallisneria.
Name an African catfish.
Clarius. Batrachus.
What type of fish is
I heard the timer.
I started, so I'll finish.
I heard him trying to cheat.
I started, so I'll finish, Nathan. Watch yourself. What type of fish is an electric eel?
Gymnotiform.
Oh, you.
Right. So, Jewel, correct. Flying, five-striped, and eyelash are all types of what fish? You were very close, but it's barb.
Yeah, fair enough.
Name a gourami.
I was thinking like Danionin type.
Yeah. Well, you've got Esomus, Desmopuntius, and Dawkinsia are the genre there. Name a gourami, you got that correct. In taxonomy, what does brevis mean? You said small. I don't know whether to give you this. It should be squat or short.
Give it.
No, don't give it because I didn't know it, and Nath was going like that, so I thought small. So don't bother.
Okay.
I cheated.
In what country would you find pelvic chromis cribensis? It's Cameroon. Cribia is a river system in Cameroon, and
Fair enough.
pelvic chromis cribensis is endemic and endemic only to Cameroon.
At least I didn't say Congo.
Yeah, true. At least you didn't say Africa.
Zimbabwe.
I said Ghana, which is next door to Cameroon.
It's a good shout. And there's some wicked cichlids in Ghana, so you know, good effort. Which cartoon character lends itself to the pattern of some line-bred live bearers? And you said Mickey Mouse. That's absolutely correct. Spiralis and lingua are species of cryptocoryne.
Yeah, I never heard of Vallisneria lingua, so yeah.
Name an African catfish. You said Clarius batrachus. Very well done. And finally, what type of fish is an electric eel? Gymnotiform. Spot on. So, you did worse than last week, I'm afraid. You only got 5. you get dumb. But I tell you what,
you just read about 8 correct answers out and then totted it up to 5.
How do you even work that out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, okay, it was 6.
Oh, hello. Yeah, thank you.
I'm still the winner, though.
Right. Max.
So the scores haven't changed.
No, they have changed because this guy is right. It's Asian.
Oh my God, it is.
I said Clarius, and then I went Batrachus, and I thought, bugger.
You're absolutely right. You're probably thinking of like Heterobranchus or something like that.
I think there are African. Gary Pinus is an African Clarius, but Batrachus is Asian.
Yeah. You've got Longif Vundu, is it? What's a Vundu? Is that Heterobranchus?
That's Heterobranchus longifilis.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, how could we be so stupid? Slap yourself. So there we go. You managed 5 correct answers, Jeremy.
Pathetic.
Be better, basically.
And there lies early onset dementia.
Yes, you're getting worse. So I think we're just about done for today, aren't we? But listen, guys, you've got to tune in next week. We've got the one and only Stephen Grant joining us to talk about. Go away, Nathan. Turn around.
Is he talking about his Glannis?
Yeah, he's talking about his Glannis. Yeah, so Nathan, Stephen's going to be coming on. and he is going to be talking about Corydorus, and we're going to we're going to attempt to digest that and work out what the hell he did there, because he's responsible for that. So he's going to get the brunt. We're also going to have a giveaway. He's going to be giving away an item. So we're going to have to work out how to do that. And yes, it's used socks.
Is it Ferrari again?
It is. So yeah, you have to. Everybody join us. Is Stephen going to spend the whole time telling us to buy his books? Most likely, yeah, probably. If he does that, we're going to kick him and talk about something else entirely. He has been warned, but no, most likely he will just bang on about his books and his arms. So that's going to be really good. You should definitely join us for that, because all jokes aside, he's a very, very clever man who can most certainly impart some information on us.
What was he actually involved in the?
I believe so. Yeah, I think he was one of the co-authors of the pit. I think he was. Was
revision.
He? Maybe he wasn't actually.
No, I'm not sure.
Am I lying?
To be honest,
we'll find out, won't we, next week? Let's not speculate. Let's find out next week.
Tune in, find out.
Yeah. And I think that is everything. I've got a little joke actually, if anybody wants to hear it.
Go on.
It's a good one. I'm gonna run out of aquatic jokes at some point, so you're just gonna have to deal with just non-aquatic jokes. But it's aquatic this week. What is the difference between a dirty bus stop and a crab with massive breasts?
I don't know. What is the difference?
One's a crusty bus station. The other's a busty crustacean.
Brilliant.
Jesus Christ. Cancer's too good for you.
Sorry, everybody. I do apologise. And is that everything? Would either have we got any questions before we go? What's all this nose from Bob Main? I don't know. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Bob,
the snacks kicking in.
You're banned. Has anybody got any questions before we go? Because I think we're done. I don't think we've got anything more to talk about.
Yeah, and we don't do questions because I do questions all day long at work, and it's
no, don't ask Jeremy anything.
Do you know what though? That lad I was talking about today, you said, who do I need to watch and read and all that? I said, be your own expert, mate. Do you know what I mean? You're either into it or you're not. Don't ask other people. Do your own research, observation. Keep fish, watch them, and learn from it.
Do you think he's joined us this evening? Because he should have done. No. He could have learnt a lot of things today about Dave Hulse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's everything. It's been lovely to have you all again, and we managed 4 viewers today, so that was really good. We're only 96 away from Nathan's striptease.
Yeah.
Join us next week when he gets naked.
Oh, I can't wait.
Have we got an outro?
We do have an outro. I don't know where it is.
Okay, everyone. No. Thanks. We'll see you next week.
See you next
if you
week.
want to be a guest on the show, please come on. Thanks a lot. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.